Hello, and thank you so much for joining us for your Smackdown post show. It is November 21st. Cresta, be yourself, don't be no one else. Oh my gosh, we got the return of Rebel Hearts. We got the return of No One Will Survive for Tommaso Ciampa. We've got our War Games teams set. A lot actually happened on this SmackDown episode. I feel like it was a pretty significant uptick from the past couple of weeks, which is nice because I feel like you had your hiatus, you came back, and we had some not so great episodes tonight.
True.
This is why we do it. This is what we stick around for. This is what we love. So get in those super chats, get in those humper chats at humperchats.com. So much to talk about, but quick plug for Fightful Select, who had Anna Jay's contract status. She is believed to have her contract up soon. I feel like she sticks around AEW, but this is kind of the beauty of this landscape with competitors. Like, you never know what's going to happen. So some interesting news there. Sean also wrote a really great editorial that I just want to give a shout out to, because he doesn't always do stuff like that, but he wrote about the fact that TNA tried to work him, which we talked about last week, behind the paywall. And he has such a good insight into kind of like what his actual job is and how hard it is to maneuver. But yeah, there's some good stuff happening on Fightful Select. We of course had the huge announcement that WrestleVotes is going to be joining us in December as well. But Cresta, you're here. We're hanging out. I'm going to Full Gear tomorrow. You're going to hang out with Alex Pulowski behind the paywall. How are you tonight? How did you feel about tonight's SmackDown? I felt like it was way better than the past couple weeks, maybe couple months.
This was a good SmackDown. I won't lie. I was sports entertained. I, not as a big of a hater as I am a Miss hater, but when Johnny Gargano's original music hit, I was like, yo, I could forgive. I could forgive anything that I think about Johnny Gargano, because unfortunately for me and anyone who disagrees, you're a liar. Rebel Hearts is so good. I hate that it's so good. Dude. It's so good. It's
so good. I'm a Gargano stan, so I ate well today. I'm just saying, I had a great time with this. But we already have some chats coming in. We have Greg Cherry saying it's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for the SmackDown post show with the amazing Kate and the wonderful Cresta, watching from my Newark hotel. Well, I am glad that you arrived. Greg is going to Full Gear tomorrow, so I'll get to see him there. If you're at Full Gear and you see me,
sorry,
say hi. We're all going to be there for 45 hours, so it's going to be a great time. Please don't be shy. We also had a lot happening. We have both War Games teams, the Mello match being a catalyst for it, and Mello actually getting a win. The chat happy about that. I'm happy about that. We've needed that for a long time. And Orion Ben just saying donation to the Bang Star Connection Hangout. Thank you so much. We appreciate and take all donations. A lot happened this episode, my little Rest-vestigator. So who better to get to the bottom of it than Miss Cresta with me? We're going to kind of work our way through what happened. Let's start with what happens at the end of the show, because I think there's something really cool in that AJ Lee is not only back, but she's going to be taking part in a War Games match. Like, that is back. That is so back. So that's really cool. We get this segment, and kind of this through line throughout the night is the tension between Rhea and Charlotte. But Charlotte says, you know what? I'll set it aside for this match. I trust Alexa. So we have some of that going on, but we still have these seeds of dissension a little bit. Like when they were both entering the ring, there was definitely a disconnect between Rhea and Io and Charlotte and Alexa, but they come out essentially to announce that they have a fifth member of their team. We light it up. AJ Lee skips out, but the heel team starts attacking the face team. And so we quickly go from happy skipping AJ to I got to go help my team. And Becky Lynch comes out of nowhere and attacks her. So we have our War Games teams set. I think this should be a really fun War Games. I wouldn't be stunned if this is one that the faces won and the heels win the men's. But we're going to have all those predictions for you on my booking next week. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I thought the show closed in a fun way. I expected Becky to be there, but I felt like they did a good job of like how it was executed essentially. And I know we do the black hoodie reveal a lot, but like the camera angle and the way Becky came in hot on her, I thought played well. AJ's always been great at selling spots like that. So this was a whole lot of fun. And when you look at both sides of the teams here, like there's a lot of star power on these teams. Like they put some people on these teams. They put some heavy hitters on these women's war games teams. How'd you feel about the closing segment that we got? What are your predictions for who wins? And how are you kind of feeling about the women's war games match here overall?
Well, before I talk about the end, I think I have to talk about the through line through the show. I did like how they were trying to still make it Charlotte doesn't trust Rhea. Rhea's a snake. Last week, I was like, why? What do you mean, Charlotte? You're talking about yourself. Lest we forget Judgment Day. Okay, I'll give you that. Rhea was on her BS. But that's literally because you, kayfabe, don't yell at me. You stopped her push. She was going for the gold and you said, knock it off. And then you disappeared like the Avatar. So I understand. I get it. I would act out too. Only thing I didn't like was their sit down. I thought it was done very cornily, but I can excuse that because of what we got to at the end. At Monday night when they were in MSG, I was there. Shouts to Netflix. I had a great time, but I was telling people in where I was sitting next to that I bet you AJ is going to be their 5th person for the War Games because I couldn't think of anybody else unless you literally put Maxine Dupree. But very respectfully, baby steps, girl, you just won the title. Let's not get too crazy. Let's not get crazy. So I like the idea of AJ coming in, jumping in off the deep end. I think that's fantastic. This string is going into business for itself. Jesus Christ. Also, y'all can't make me hate Becky. Y'all would have to pay me an astronomical bag of money to make me hate Becky. Because what do you mean you just punch AJ Lee? The girl everyone's been begging to come back more than they were cheering you. And that says a lot. Also, I don't know if it was a mistimed spot or AJ Lee wasn't sure what was happening when she was coming down the ramp. But the way they had panned it and cut it, it looked like the heels had attacked before she came down and she started skipping, looking cute. I'm like, wait, is she on the bad guy team? Is AJ Lee being a bastard? But no.
I actually had that split second moment too of like, wait, did she orchestrate this from the other side? But
that would have genuinely sports confused me positively.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
That would have been a big sports surprise. I feel like that wasn't going to be the case because it certainly feels like we were doing this story of like AJ going after Becky while Punk was going after Seth. Seth obviously has the injury. That would be a hell of a pivot. I think it would be really cool, but I don't think they're abandoning the Becky and AJ feud. I feel like that could take us into Rumble, maybe even Mania. We'll see what happens there. But I liked the way that these teams shook out. I think that's going to be a fun way to go about things. This one, honestly, like could go either way. I said I feel like the faces could win it, but certainly you could have Charlotte betraying the faces as a heel turn. I feel like that's almost too predictable. And I feel like Rhea should be a smart enough face to see that coming. So that's why I kind of don't want that to be the determining factor, but that would be a textbook War Games type finish. Do you have like an inclination on which way you want this one to go?
Yes and no, because this is the most excited I've been for a women's War Games in a while. I can say that this, no matter how it shakes out, let's give Lash Legend her flowers. She's about to be a star. Yeah. She's about to be a star, no matter how this shakes out. I've seen the young lady wrestle in TNA when they had their tag team, Knockouts Women Mayhem, whatever it was. She's really good, and she's really good at playing a big woman. Almost a little better than Nia. No, hey, don't beat me up, Nia. Almost a little bit better, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. So no matter how this shakes out, there is an EO trash can spot, and there is a Lash yeeting EO in that trash can spot in our future. So
I'm not mad about it.
I like if it furthers any story, but it doesn't matter who wins because we win, the fans.
The fans do win. The fans do win, Cresta. I do think, with Lash, it's so interesting because she didn't get off to the best start in NXT, and she put in a ton of work, and she grew tremendously in ring. My thing with Lash and the way that they've used her on the main roster so far has been great. Like The forearm she gave to Io was nasty the other day. Io sold it, made it look like $1 million. It's funny because people were talking about Anna Jay, obviously, with the news broken on Fightful Select, and she is someone who I've noticed when she has consistent reps week over week, she's a different wrestler than when she doesn't. Like, there's something about certain wrestlers that when they have consistent TV reps, they get in a rhythm and their performances just get better, 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 and better, better. Lash Legend is that way as well. So I feel like the use of her being either like a heater would be really cool, or like once you are off to the races with her, like you really got to be all in on her. Like you've got to commit with Lash. She has so much upside. She's so strong. She's so incredible. Her personality is huge. And we knew all those things. And then the in-ring has really come along nicely with it through NXT. I really liked her and Jakara Jackson as a tag team. I was really bummed when they let Jakara get released because they were a fun duo, and I felt like Jakara had grown quite a bit as well. But if you aren't familiar with Lash Legend's game, know that she put in a lot of work to improve, and that you have a lot to look forward to. Just go to YouTube and look up Lash Legends Otis NXT, and you will see what this woman is capable of. Why that spot is not played in every highlight package, even of matches she's not in. They should just play that. That should be at the start of the show. Now that she's on the main roster, that spot is insane, incredibly strong, incredibly charismatic. Lots to look forward to there. But that was the women's through line. Let's talk about this men's one, because I have some things that I really liked about it. The whole chat is like, really surprised they let Carmelo Hayes win anything. Me too. And I think most people are excited about this.
Did they let him win something? I mean, he got the W,
Correct.
But so much shenanigans, and they didn't even let his music play for a hot 10 seconds before Cody was like, turn that shit off. I got something to say. So I hate those,
but let's talk about this whole thing. But I'm with you. Like, one consistent issue that I've had with angles like this on American television, in between the Death Riders and this, there's been a lot of this all over, is sometimes when other people get involved so much, it really dilutes the value of a one-on-one clean victory. That's it. Like, it doesn't feel like Carmelo Hayes really won anything today, but he did get a win on television and he looked great in the match. But this show opens with a recap of Drew and Paul Heyman aligning, and Reigns and Lesnar's returns from Monday. And then in the ring, you have Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed in the ring. And Heyman kind of just outlines his vision for War Games, if you will. And Braun will tear through people's bodies. Reed will crush everyone with tsunamis. And Logan Paul is so putrid, even the devil would pay to avoid him. But they get interrupted by the Usos. Jay says the crowd doesn't want to hear from Logan Paul. Jimmy gets a CM Punk chant rolling and says they didn't come alone. And Cody's music hits, but Cody does not. And we cut backstage where Drew exits Cody's bus after attacking him. Cody is laying out bloodied. The Usos sprint backstage as Drew speeds away. And commentary knows that Drew technically stayed outside the arena, so it still stands with the suspension loophole. I have mixed feelings about this, but I want to hear what you have to say first, and then I'll give my thoughts.
I'm sports entertained by Drew McIntyre. You literally beat this man. You got suspended from school from fighting. Snuck back into school to fight because you came on a special principal's pass. Whatever, pal. And then, so you wouldn't get expelled, you jumped the kid by yourself that you got suspended for fighting in the first place. Drew McIntyre, this is why you'll never succeed, because you are you are not a nice man and you don't follow the rules. That being said, I truly have to always give Paul Heyman his flowers, because man, the way you introduce these people, it's like, all right. And even Logan Paul, and he could go. Like if they said, yo, this rapture's happening tomorrow, unless you give away one guy, it's him. He could go. He can get up out of here, pal. The way you made him sound like, wow. I don't know if it was a read. Because it might be, I would love to get read by Paul Heyman, but he was like the most disgusting, putrid, stinky, good for nothing, smells bad, poor. I was like, yo, Paul Heyman, goddamn. Like, oh, and Logan Paul's here too. Brother. I mean, it's Paul Heyman. He's going to make someone feel and sound like they're either $1 million or the most terrible thing that's about to happen to their opponent. So I got to give him that. I don't know, man. Drew McIntyre made this for me. I love Drew. He's a piece of crap. I want him to get right, but also, no.
But you're here for his rights and his wrongs. I got you. I got you with that.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. So this bugged me later in the night, and we're gonna talk about it. For the same reason that some things bugged me on Dynamite this week. Mm-hmm. What I've liked about Drew is that he's been justified in his behavior week over week, right? And he's even said it, right? Like, justified Drew. His point of view is always something that is rooted in reality and something people can relate to. And this kind of feels like it was a little bit not how... It wasn't a proportionate response. Like, you lost fairly clean both times. One time a little dirty to Cody. And like it feels like
with logic.
Too far.
Drew isn't thinking with logic. Drew,
I know, but like that's exactly what I mean though, Cresta, is like, so far he has. Like, this has all been so logical, and today it feels like he went way off the rails. And when he did it with Punk was doing it back to him. You know what I mean? Like, Punk was toying with him to the point where my complaints with CM Punk were like, this isn't how a face reacts, but I get that he's being a troll. But Cody didn't really do that with Drew. So it felt like a little bit overkill. Like, when you compare that to the spot where The Rock was like whipping him with the belt, like, Cody's always going to be able to sell these performances. But it felt a little too steep to me. And then later what we get is Cody kind of no-selling the whole thing anyway. So I was like, I don't know. But
I get what you're saying. I just want to say that it kind of does make sense because Drew's character hasn't been the same since he lost the title. You were mad that you got the title in the Thunderdome. You were mad that you lost it in your home country. You were mad that Roman kept it from you. You just mad. And CM Punk makes a good point. You let your anger blind you. And now your anger has blinded you so much that you are aligning with, for all intents and purposes, the root cause of Roman terrorizing you. Paul Heyman, you're so mad that you are literally with the guy who would send these same goons after you. What are you doing? It's entertaining, but you defy logic. Drew doesn't care. He's like when AJ flew all the way to Australia to ruin LA Knight's match and didn't have a match himself. That's the type of time Drew is on.
Legendary hater. A legendary hater. Tim McFarlane saying, a wise woman once said, if you shenan once. I don't watch Smackdown, but always here for Ladies Night. Everybody's excited about Melo's win. Wait for next week. We'll talk about that momentarily. But I'm someone who, if I complained about something and you give me the thing that I was complaining you weren't doing, I have a hard time then turning around and then still criticizing it. Because I'm like, you gave me the thing I wanted. And even though it wasn't in the best context, I'm like, you did at least give me that. But as far as you saying, if you can shenan once, you can shenan again, I steal that and I credit you every time for it, because that is an all-time phrase. All-time phrase. I love it so much. But let's move on to the next progression of this particular segment, or this particular story, rather. We do have Aldis telling Heyman he knows Drew is suspended, and Heyman claims he asked Drew to leave out of respect, but Nick Aldis wisely remains unconvinced here. And we get this match between Carmelo and Bronson Reed that I really, really liked. Carmelo wins by countout, but you have Bronson Reed dominating early in this. I liked the way this match was put together, so I do want to highlight some of the spots in it. You have Bronson Reed headbutts, elbows, apron slams early in this. And there's obviously a very big size disparity between the two. I prefer Carmelo working heel, but one thing he does really well as a face is work matches like this. Like he works against guys that are bigger than him really, really well. You have him countering with DDTs. He's got a great super kick. That springboard leg drop is excellent. He's got a really great frog splash too. And then all hell breaks loose. You have interference from Logan and Braun. And then the Usos come out to even the odds. And you have Cody returning. He hits a crossroads on the floor to Bronson Reed. And so Cody attacks. You get Reed dumped to the outside. The ref kind of quick with the 10 counts. So that's the match. And you have Carmelo with the upset. Now, I like Carmelo getting a win. I wish it felt more like Carmelo got the win. Yeah. Like it's tough because you're using this tournament match to build to a War Games angle. And I actually think that's a pretty clever thing to do. Like that's not an easy booking thing to achieve, to be like, we're going to use this tournament match where obviously neither person in it is going to win and go face John Cena to build towards something else. That's a good use of TV time. Like I will not argue that, but it just feels like in a world where Carmelo Hayes is struggling to get wins already, The Miz doesn't interfere, so this loss isn't serving that story, or this win isn't serving that story really. And Cody gave such a hot promo that it drowned it out a little bit more. That's not Cody's fault. That's just the symptom of what happened. So he calls out Drew. He buries Logan. He has this fantastic line and says, history says like a Steiner is never better than a Rhodes. And he says that War Games is his birthright. He comes right after Paul Heyman and says like every little string that you pull as the marionette, like all the people that you arrange, you set them up for me to beat. And I thought this was such a good promo from Cody because of that. Like I really liked that he was like, all the people that you arrange are basically you teeing them up for me to hit them down. Because if you look at his title reign and you look at the guys on the other side, it's kind of what we got here. And Cody comes out with a bunch of fire. I've said over and over again, like this version of Cody, I so prefer to Crocodile Tears, dramatic pause Cody. Like I so prefer this guy, and he feels more like a champion to me. And I thought the content of the promo was quite good too. So I feel like this was all very productive. I just hate that one of the rare Carmelo wins we get here is a count out that wasn't really because of his wrestling, right? So some underlying not so great stuff, but overall I think it was actually a very productive use of the match part. How did you feel about this match and the post match?
All right. First and foremost, the wrestling on tonight's SmackDown was superb. Let me say that. The wrestling tonight was, y'all really did your big one. I don't know. I think it's called Curb Your Enthusiasm, where you see that picture of a guy named Larry David doing this. Because very much like that, like, yes, I'm happy Carmelo Hayes won. Him and Bronson Reed put on a really good match. You didn't need all the interference. Okay, we did it. You didn't need to do the count out win. I don't think it would have hurt Bronson in any way, shape, or fashion. In fact, you can use that as a MacGuffin if you do lose the War Games match. Well, he was pinned, we pinned Bronson, it was Carmelo Hayes' fault, and now you have a whole thing coming up out of it. That's how I would think. It is just frustrating because we didn't even let that moment breathe. Like I said, Carmelo Hayes' music ain't played for a hot 10 beats. And then Cody cut a promo. The promo was good. The promo was fine, but it did not let Carmelo breathe at all. So I think of that match, like I said, that
the Larry David syndrome. I got you.
Like, I like it. I don't know. I don't know if the baby faces win. No, there is a world. If we talking about people going heel, there's a world CM Punk goes heel.
Oh, I would love it.
And gets right back under Paul Heyman. Cresta. There's a world.
It's my dream. I have wanted CM Punk to turn heel since he was in AEW. not backstage, like on screen. I have been wanting this man to turn heel for his entirety back because he's a good guy. He's such a better bad guy to the point where even when he's a face, I feel like he's acting like a bad guy. The way that he talks and behaves sometimes, I'm like, you're a little heelish, my friend. Come to the dark side, please. He's so infinitely more compelling to me as a heel. So I would love it. I don't think it happens because I think we're like he's champion now, so I think they're gonna set up some heels to chase. But I agree with you. Like a win over Bronson Reed could have felt like Carmelo won the big one, whereas opposed to now it feels a little compromised. But Cresta, sometimes your big one isn't getting any victories at all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
not even a 2 count.
Not even a 2 count. Man, you're staring at the lights, but nothing great is happening. That's why our friends at Blue Chew are here to help.
Have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. You'll have to move towns with the amount of noise you're going to be making. Blue Chew Max has arrived. It combines the active ingredients that you've always loved into one chewable, and the combo acts fast and lasts. Be ready when she needs it and get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is just a few clicks away. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days, straight to your door. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. We got that special deal for you. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use the promo code FIGHTFUL. You just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code FIGHTFUL. Visit BlueChew.com for important safety details and information. And we thank Blue Chew for being a sponsor.
Cresta with the props. Okay, Blue Chew Max equals Iron Man match. It's so true. Use the code FIGHTFUL. We love Blue Chew. We thank them for being the Performer of the Year. And if you want to sponsor the Performer of the Year award for the Fightful Awards, you should email me, okay? Kate@fightful.com. Thank you so much. We do have awards. We're about half full. on Fightful Award sponsorship. So you can email me if you're interested. You get exclusivity in your category. I cut up your ad read and I send it to you so you can use it however you want. With Sean's live read, you can put it on your own social media, whatever you want to do with it. You get social media callouts individualized to over 500,000 followers. You get inclusions in all of our promotional materials, all of the descriptions that go like on Spotify and in our YouTube description. You're included in there. Categories are $100. We got some fun ones left. We have like a good mix, I feel like, of like Performer of the Year, Promo of the Year, but we also have like Funniest Wrestler of the Year, like Storyline of the Year, Best Wrestler Produced Media, like things like that. And Greg Cherry is sponsoring this year, so go follow this guy. And he says, I might actually be able to watch War Games thanks to the NCAA's decision to have Notre Dame kick off against Stanford at 10:30 at night.
Eastern
that
Standard
is a combination. Time? What'd you say?
Eastern Standard Time, 10:30
Eastern Standard Time. That's like the benefit of WWE having 5-match cards and then also football being pushed so late and basketball being pushed so late by NCAA. They make some weird decisions. But me, Norma's asking, hello, bruvs. Either of you going to Full Gear? I am. I'm considering turning the Garden State meet and greet in the vegan tendies line. Me, Normus, if you go, please. I think you're on Twitter, X, whatever. Message me because I will be there, and I would love to be able to say hi. Both of those fellas, actually. would be
I
at
won't
Full
be
Gear
there,
because Greg's
sadly.
going. So
I
Cresta's
want to
not
meet
going to
these
be
guys too. This is upsetting.
there. It is upsetting, but you know what? There's always
Well,
the next time around because they're both Northeasterners, so you might get to.
see if y'all guys can come to the AEW show on the December, the thingy, or whatever, Christmas Cresta.
The Christmas Cresta. The Hammerstein shows you're going?
Yeah. Oh, you'll see. I'll loiter. I'll loiter outside.
I'll loiter. Are you going to be investigating? Is that what's going on?
I think I could do a investigation.
I think you could. I think
Don't know
you
what
could.
it's talking about, but we could. I'm sure there's a mystery I could solve.
Is there a deodorant shortage around wrestling shows? That's the one to get to the bottom. No, I'm just kidding.
Side
I'm
tangent.
kidding, kind of.
Side tangent. Very side tangent. I'm a nerd of many faiths and many religions and many walks.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling isn't the worst one I've ever smelled in my life, to be
Oh,
fair.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, what is? What's the worst?
I love and respect y'all. But it's Magic the Gathering. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is it really?
I'm sorry. And I went to WrestleCon, and that was a little offensive. So I even worked at PAX, and that was rough for multiple days.
Now,
But,
I was gonna say with cosplay heavy stuff, I can kind of get it because like the amount that it takes to like get dressed up. But Magic the Gathering, that surprises me. That surprises me.
I love my peers, my friends, but sometimes just and listen, you don't gotta be the worst to take the advice of take a bath, wash yourself, take the bath. Tell me what you're working with. Use soap. That part is important. And a wash rag. Maybe we can investigate how to take a shower. Not like
there
that.
It is. Look, comic book fan can attest. Interesting. Good to know.
What is this
Magic,
show?
please don't gather. You all smell when you get together. That's what I learned today.
That was great. I can't wait to tell that joke to my friends. I will never be as funny as you. I bow to the queen.
Oh my god.
Magic,
I'm just trying to
please
do my
don't
best
gather.
Cresta impression. Please. Let's talk about
Whew.
let's talk about something that did not stink. Let's talk about this US Open Challenge. I should say US Championship Open Challenge. US Open Challenge makes it sound like I'm talking about either tennis or golf, but we got JD McDonough answering Ilya Dragunov's Open Challenge. Oh man. These two and their normal and large heads respectively.
Stop.
Dragunov and JD McDonough. So fun fact on all this, right? Like Sean is at many a Raw talked about JD McDonough and his big ass head, but it was like Lids Day or something on social media, and he retweeted it. It was like, "I'll take a large, please." And I'm like, I love when wrestlers have a sense of humor about themselves. God bless JD McDonough. But this match was great. His talent is as big as his giant noggin. But this was so much fun to watch. Like I had a blast with this. It was hard hitting. Good match times tonight too. Like Bronson and Carmelo had 13 and a half minutes. This had over 15 minutes. This always, I think, will have like 10 plus because of the nature of the Open Challenge. But JD targeting Ilya's head, which is kind of ironic based on everything that we talked about. But the running leg drop, the repeated chin locks, Ilya just fantastic at selling. Like I always appreciate when guys who are as vicious as Ilya can also sell to make their opponent's offense look that vicious. It really impresses me when it's a guy like Rusev, or you're going to see it from Obafemi in the future. Like guys of that size selling for offense is always impressive, but Ilya doing a great job here. We got a Constantine special and some German suplexes in this. JD with a Spanish fly and a brainbuster and a moonsault. Like we don't always get that side of JD. This was really, really good. And Ilya wins after 3 finishers get chained together with this. The Torpedo Moscow to the release power bomb to the H-bomb. So took a lot to put him away. I feel like Ilya made JD look like $1 million and he already looked like $900,000. Like it didn't need a ton of help. So fantastic stuff here. Like if you are a work rate kind of person, if you're like, I'm into character arcs and stories, like there's a cool thing happening with Ilya Dragunov right now. And this type of wrestling is right in my wheelhouse. So I had a bunch of fun with this. And then backstage, you have Tama Tonga, Tommaso Ciampa, and Gargano all confronting Ilya. I'm guessing Tama's up next because of, Ciampa and Gargano. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But did you have as much fun with this as I did? Because I was having a blast.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. This match was great. Listen, I like wrestling. And in this moment, jokes aside, imagine what happens when you let wrestlers wrestle. I will accept no Akira Tozawa slander because I've seen this man put on bangers in 205 Live. So if he wants to juke and laugh, let that man be great. Seeing JD McDonough remind people why he's employed at the World Wrestling Entertainment Federation Company.com, it was really, really entertaining. And Dragunov, first of all, that man's a demon, okay? I seen him beat Walter Gunter, and I've been scared of that man ever since when he used to wrestle with the red contacts. No way, pal. So him giving him that much and that Spanish fly counter from this match was so good. This match, I rarely see really, really competitive matches in WWE, and I hate that. And here we are. This one's really, really good. This one was so good. I agree with people saying this was the match of the night. And I got to shout out Corey Graves. He said, I think it's on the other page. With a head that size, a jawbreaker is like getting hit with an anvil. You will pay for your crimes.
I was so glad you caught that piece of commentary. Well done, Corey Graves. Well done. But it's funny you said that about it being competitive because I was watching it, Cresta, and I had the same thought of like, it felt like JD was trying to win the match and the title the whole time. Like, you're right. And sometimes that these matches can feel almost exhibition-y, and part of that is because we're just sitting around waiting for the interference that's to come with a lot of these matches, especially with titles. So it felt like JD McDonough went out there to try and win the title and win a match, and I really, really appreciated it. I really, really appreciated that. Good stuff tonight. Some really good in-ring, and good stories too, honestly. Like they pulled some good stuff together, much, much better than the past couple weeks, but we got some more backstage drama with the gals. We did have Alexa trying to build trust with Charlotte. We talked about that a little bit before, and Bliss pushing Charlotte into the room with Rhea and Io, and then them talking about it, and we kind of covered that it went a little wonky, but they pulled it together at the end. But we also had Julia and Kiana James chasing Chelsea Green until Alba Fire interferes. And Chelsea Green was like, you know what? My US title celebration, we're going to suspend it. With Jade Cargill confronting Chelsea, and Chelsea fleeing away again. Julia and Kiana don't work. I'm sorry. It is neither of their fault. They're both great. This combination does not work. Julia needs to just wrestle matches. Just wrestle matches. Let her cut her own promos in Japanese, however you want to do it. Like, this, forcing her into the brand with Kiana James is just, it's just bad. It doesn't work. The two of them don't belong together. I'm assuming they took the title off Julia because they know that. But the sooner they can break this up, the better, because they just are not complementary to each other. And both of them are really, really, really great. Like, but they don't fit. It's putting together pieces of different puzzles. In my opinion, like I think this is just a terrible idea. I think it was bad from the get-go. And I feel like they want to assign Julia a mouthpiece that she doesn't need, just let her wrestle matches, dude. Like, that's fine. And even if she was gonna have a manager, I don't think it's like sexy brand focused girl. Like that doesn't resonate with me to Julia. That doesn't seem like who she pairs herself up with. So no, that doesn't work for me. I think they should break it up. But Chelsea is gonna do Chelsea things. This combination with her and Ethan is just fantastic. They were a hoot on NXT. They were very, very good on Gold Rush. Like they had a solid match. Joe Hendry and Thea are what they are, but Chelsea and Ethan doing high kicks, like rocket kicks on the way out, was fantastic to me. So it never feels like putting the title on Chelsea is a bad idea because she will make anything work. I just like kind of weep for Julia's main roster run so far. That was a long tangent about one very small backstage segment, but what did you think of what we got tonight?
Nah, it's all good. I agree, but I don't like to be negative Nancy without like a way to pivot. I think that if they're going to do that, there needs to be an actual storyline. There needs to be an actual way where she's guiding this brand into matches. Because right now, it just, no matter how you slice it, you're an ineffective manager. And I lost my title. I love Chelsea Green. The problem with Chelsea Green is that she's Chelsea Green, and you have to be at her level or better, or else she's going to dominate the scene every time. Every time. Every time. Respectfully to Jade Cargo, because I love her and I'm afraid. Let me be clear. But I could see Chelsea Green rolling you up on some goofy shit. Like, I could see that happening. And then it would work because it's Chelsea Green. So it's like, yo, be nice to Chelsea Green, because I don't know. I don't know the business. I'm just a jabroni who likes to talk about wrestling. But in my mind, Chelsea Green goes to the back and says, yo, let me do this and watch me make it funny. And then he'll say, okay, let her do it. Hey, and what if she suggests she rolls you up? Hey, it might happen. Hey, be nice. Be nice. That's all I'm saying. Be nice. Because Jade.
Also, like, her selling for the Jaded is going to be top tier stuff as always. You know, it's so funny.
She's 9'9".
Yeah, yes. And Chelsea just makes the best faces. It's so funny because as you were talking about, like, how Kiana is ineffective any way you slice it, I actually feel like it would have made so much more sense if Kiana targeted Maxine. And, like, right? Like, Maxine is, like, the sweetheart who's naive and whatever.
Such a dastardly woman.
Well, yes. But hear me out. Like, that would be good, right? Like, Maxine she's naive, she's young, she's an upstart. She was facing a heavy hitter in Becky Lynch. Like, that would have been so much better. And then I'm sitting there thinking, like, yeah, and bring back Natalya as Natty Neidhart, the thing that we all want. And have her and Julia do some shit. Like, are you kidding me? That would be so much better if they just traded spaces, Cresta.
That's
like,
true.
If they
heat.
just,
that is heat, baby.
I feel like as we're talking through it, I'm like, Kiana with Maxine would have been such a sensical pairing comparatively, of Maxine being like, how the hell am I ever going to beat Becky Lynch? How am I even going to get another shot at Becky Lynch? And Kiana just doing all the dirty work to get her there. Kiana getting to have a match with Becky Lynch for Becky to get to Maxine. Like, man, if they just swapped it.
I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying Julia beats up Maxine Dupree and take the title off of her. Oh. And that's how you make her that wouldn't make her nuclear. Because what do you mean? This little darling that we all loved and you just pinned her? I don't care how good you are. Heck you, lady. That's what I thought you were saying. Not the Weezer. Why Weezer?
I wouldn't hate that either.
That's heat, baby.
I don't hate that idea either. That's not a bad call. I think we're all just desperate for something to get done.
Anything. Come on. Do something.
Listen, I don't want that to be seen any more than I want you to be able to see my internet connection. I want that privately stowed away. And I know exactly Exactly. Who is up for that job? And I know how you can save on tomorrow's Full Gear pay-per-view. And I know that if you get NordVPN and you just set your location to Lithuania, that $40 discount that you get on HBO Max, we love HBO Max, no offense, but like we can take that down a little bit further. Okay, you just travel to another country. If you're like, what channel is Smackdown even on? Is it on Netflix? Is it on USA? Is it on Peacock? Where do I even watch? Everything can be on Netflix when you're in Canada. I'm just saying, NordVPN, Fightful Presents sponsor.
If you're a wrestling fan and you're not using NordVPN, what are you doing? WWE content in its own, all with one Netflix subscription, thanks to NordVPN.com/Fightful. Right now, in order to watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, PLEs, you need Netflix, you need CW Network, you need USA, you need Peacock for Saturday night's main event and ESPN Unlimited, or you get NordVPN.com/Fightful. Download the app. It's very easy. Pay the basic tier, just $2.98 a month it averages out to, and you can access all that WWE content with one Netflix account. Just change your virtual location, and you are set. It is a must-have for wrestling fans, especially as money gets tighter and especially as you got to go everywhere to get wrestling content. Head over to NordVPN.com/Fightful because it's not just that feature. There's so many more that you can check out over at NordVPN.com/Fightful. We've had hundreds, if not thousands, of wonderful users report back about their great viewing experience here. NordVPN.com/Fightful.
NordVPN, they're going to be with us for a while longer. We're very excited to have them on board. Headed into 2026, they're going to be our Fightful Awards Presents sponsor as well. They keep deepening their investment in us, and we really appreciate that because their service saves wrestling fans a lot of money, especially this year. I think we've heard more this year about Nord helping people than we have ever about any sponsor, including Nord just like last year, because so many people are just cutting the cord with cable right now. Like it's such a tremendously helpful service, and it does what it was designed to do, which is, protect your internet. The password protection is awesome, so we love it. I don't know if they can do this. NordVPN needs to somehow bring back the WWE network. I don't think we're
They'd
quite...
have to make a time machine or something.
Yeah, that'll be the next feature from NordVPN, but I miss the WWE network for sure.
My smart TV still has it as an option for some reason. I'm like, I don't
Does it really?
Yeah, I'm like, I can click it and it says sign in. I'm like, I don't think this works. I don't know why you still have this.
Look at this. Full Gear and World's End for $34 from Lithuania. Meet Normus knows what's up. Hell yeah. Great Cherry saying Julia and Kiana are like banana bread to me. I like bananas and I like bread, but together it just doesn't work for me. Blocked. Unsubscribe. Who doesn't like banana bread? Are you kidding?
Here's another combination.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Who doesn't like banana bread? Chat. You don't have to super chat. I just need to know how you feel about banana bread. Come on now. Can I do one of those polls? How do I do a poll? Do you know
how to do that on Twitch, not sorry.
There's ways to do these things that I don't know because I'm old.
Can I change the analogy so I don't get kicked again? What about chocolate covered oranges? Because I like chocolate and I like orange, but together, nah, dog. I don't know. It's just weird to me. You gonna kick me again?
Double wrong. That just made you double wrong. Not as wrong as banana bread. Banana bread is fine. You at least take a stand one way or the other. Banana bread is fine. Don't be a coward. Either stand on it or don't. It's better than candy floor. Banana bread is the best. Someone with see, we have people with class.
You know what? I'm agree to disagree because 1, I'm not eating it, and 2, I love you all.
You gotta get out of here. That's good too. Who doesn't like a little citrus with dark chocolate? Cresta.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm kind of mad that I threw to both ad reads that we had for today. Someone might get a bonus ad read because I need to figure out how to do a poll on this. It's extremely important. I think I have to do it from YouTube is the only thing. So what I'm
Listen,
gonna
I
do
can
is
yap
figure out how
about
to do that.
professional wrestling if you need them. If
I
you
know
need
you
a
can.
moment.
The thing is, the next thing we're going to talk about is Fraxiom versus DIY. And I personally, I
Correct.
just want to sing Rebel Heart for the next 45 minutes because, oh, what a slapper. What a
Legally
slapper. But
distinct cardiac anarchist.
I love that song so much. I also like No One Will Survive for Tommaso Ciampa, by the way. It kicks the crap out. Like their more recent theme. I love Candice LeRae, so I'm already in on this. I'm not a hater like you are of Johnny Gargano because you hate Banana Bread and Johnny Gargano. So I don't know what that's about. But
maybe I'm a heel.
You know what? That is fair. I can't argue that. But fun stuff here. Like, of course, with these two teams, they're going to put on a great show. This is one I wish had a little bit longer, but I just love tag team wrestling, and I feel like both of these teams are great. So I just wanted to watch it for another 10 minutes. Like, it's not that it didn't serve the story for the match length to be this long. I just like watching all of these guys wrestle so much. But you had, Fraxiom with like early dives and really fast offense. You had DIY hitting the shatter machine, but Nathan Fraser breaking it up. You had that incredible shooting star press from Fraser and Axiom's top rope Spanish fly, like so good. But the finish, we get Candice LeRae unmasking Axiom. We had someone on social media say, how could she do this to this guy? He's just a kid. Because he used to be a kid? I see what they did there. This was good. If these two teams are having a title adjacent feud, that doesn't upset me. Like I would watch any combination of these guys face each other. I would watch them both face each other in tag teams. I wonder if Fraxiom gets a gal to maybe equalize Candice LeRae, perhaps. Johnny Gargano, Banana Bread, Citrus and Dark Chocolate hater Cresta. I'm used to being the negative one on here. Okay. I'm used to being the one that people are like, you're too critical. But what did you think of what we got here?
All right. Let me be clear here about Johnny Gargano. He's a fantastic wrestler. I've seen a couple of NXT takeovers where that man, I could be exaggerating this, but I feel like he went through 15 tables, no less, off the top of a steel cage with Adam Cole, and he took an air raid crash. Did I make some of that up? Possibly, but I know Johnny Gargano's a fantastic wrestler. Let me be clear here. The character itself just doesn't connect with me, okay? So don't throw rocks at me yet, please. This match, so good. I was talking about this with my friends in Discord about who could the Lucha Bros give us a Lucha Bros Young Bucks tag match. I forgot what year it was, but it was, I don't know if it was a steel cage, but it was a really good one. We could do that with these guys. Are you kidding me? Fraxiom is so good. Nathan Fraser, I was unfamiliar with your game, but boy, you're a fine wrestler. That's a fine wrestler. I tell you, that's a fancy fine wrestler. Candice LeRae unmasking Axiom. You're not a nice girl. Okay. And it's not nice to do those things, but I am familiar with your game and I know you're not a nice girl. So you did your big one. Stand by your man, because I would do the same for my husband. So I respect it.
There you go. She is not nice. I also got the poll going, so I'm very excited.
What is the poll? No, let me do some investigation right now. Live on
Is Banana Bread good? And I said, hell yeah or nah.
You know what? That's fair. And also, to be fair,
9% saying nah, out yourself. It's Greg Cherry and 0 other people. No, I'm just kidding.
It's Cresta. It's Cresta. I clicked it. It's me, guys.
It is. You son of a bitch.
Yo, I have a chicken tender palate. Before y'all want to shoot me, bro, I cut the ends off of my bread when you give me peanut butter and jelly. Don't shoot me, please.
You know what? If you don't like it, I'd rather you be yourself and don't be no one else. You and your rebel heart can sit here and hate banana bread because that's the kind of day it is. It's about embracing who you are today.
Like this string that keeps going into business for itself this whole show. So I'm just going to take it out. It was to be out.
It's a 24%. I'm calling the law. 24% of this chat needs to leave. No. We need the views. Calm down. Everyone calm down.
No. Wait. Just no. Stay.
Leave the ostracizing to me, please.
Direct your disagreement at Cresta, but make sure you direct it in the chat. Leave a thumbs up while you're at it.
Smash that like button for banana bread.
Take the poll back. Why does Sean let us work together?
This is it. No, whatever malarkey we run into, we are going to do a poll about. This is the new thing we're doing around here. I just regret that we're talking about bananas after I did the blue juice segue case. We could have had some fun times, but let's talk about this this war game promo we get from Sami Zayn, who's rallying his squad. And damn it, if Sami Zayn doesn't get you rallying around people, I don't know who does. Okay, you got Shinsuke Nakamura, you got Rey Fénix, you got Motor City Machine Guns, not Guns Up, the other ones, but they're ready for the match. Everyone kind of cuts promos in their own language. This was great. Sami Zayn, if you can't cheer for Sami Zayn, that's worse than you not liking banana bread, to be quite honest. So this was simple, it was effective, it was what it needed to be, but I just buy into literally everything Sami Zayn does. So there's nothing. Sami Zayn could have been like, here's some guys, and I would have been like, yeah, Sammy. So that's where I'm at with this. Where do you stand with this team? I feel like you're right. I feel like we might see some mixes of heels and faces winning throughout these matches, because it feels a little bit like the odds can be stacked against each other in lots of different ways here. What do you think about Sammy's promo and what we're getting with them and the MFTs?
If I had to compare Sammy to a food, since we're doing that, he is the classiest chicken tender on the most premium of chicken tenders. Like, everybody loves chicken tenders, so come on. But he's a fancy chicken tender, like
respect.
$20 a tender kind of chicken tender guy. Anyway, I digress.
The artisanal chicken tender.
That part. What I hated about this, and this is my complaint about this show, is there's a lot of introduce these people, cut to break, cut to something else, cut to a promo, cut back to the ring where someone's already standing in there to introduce these people. While you were talking, I was like, where is this? And it was in between Fraxiom, and I was like, what is going on here? I love it. But I was like, what is this team? But Sami Zayn is on it. I like Motor City Machine Guns. I love Shinsuke. Who was the last person on there? I had a brain fart. Who am I missing?
Shinsuke, Motor City Machine Guns.
Sammy,
Rey Fénix.
Rey Fénix. I know I had a brain fart. Don't beat me up. I feel like chat's already had it with me today. This is my third week on the job. Forgetting Rey Fénix, banana bread hater Cresta. I'm so sorry.
People throw tomatoes. I'm throwing chocolate covered oranges at you. That's how that goes. No, the reason you couldn't recall it is this is a thrown together team. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's not anybody who on this team feels like they have the aggression for war games. This is just so that the MFTs had people to fight against.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of this is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they've been terrorizing these people, and I like them all. Like, if there's anyone I would replace just to make it more sense in my heart, I would swap Sammy for Penta. That's the only thing, because I want Rey Fénix and Penta to get together, and that's what I want. I'm going to make it happen. But and this is the traditional eliminator, so it's kind of like, I guess.
I do appreciate that if you're gonna do it, at least it's the traditional eliminator format because there's not animosity really here.
Yeah.
On the whole, this does feel like, you know, in the Barbie movie when Ken is like, "My job is just beach." This feels like this match is just war
Let me
games.
just
Like
go ahead and leave now. I've never seen the Barbie movie, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave
Oh
the
my
studio.
god!
Before you kick me, it's been nice, y'all.
No, can I be honest?
Go ahead.
I felt like it was a little overrated. But my expectations were extremely high. My
Oh,
expectations were extremely high. I just wanted them, like, just my little girl self was like, I just want them to stay in Barbie Land. I don't want her to have to go learn lessons in the real world. That's
real
awful.
world
Like, just
sucks. What do you
stay.
mean?
Exactly. No. Um, but this does feel like of all of them, even more so like war games for the sake of war games. So I'm
But
with
then
you.
why? We
Yeah,
have two already. We
I
can
agree.
do There's something we can do more meaningful with the MFTs if you really need them to do something. I Over the top rope match. I don't know. I feel like there's something better than this, but I'm gonna watch it because I like everybody in it. So you
Fair.
got me, gal.
Sami Zayn can tell me on anything. I'm buying.
True,
I'm
true.
the take my money meme when it comes to Sammy. But the problem is the face side. It's not like, wow, what an overwhelming bond all of these guys have. Like Motor City Machine Guns, Very Fading,
Okay.
Shinsuke, and Sammy. Like, other than Shinsuke and Sammy having like classic matches in their own history, like there's
But
not
Motor
a
City
strong
Machine Guns have been together since since the beginning.
Yes, but, like, it's not like they've been building a friendship with all these guys for the past few years, like,
True.
that's not it, but we do have our final match to talk about, so get in your super chats and humper chats. Sean is gonna have the Full Gear post show on the main channel solo for you tomorrow. Cresta is gonna be filling in for me on Sour Graps because I'm gonna be at Full Gear. People who are already at Full Gear are going to be there too. Please come and say hi. I would love to say hi to you guys. I am looking forward to it. I'm going to see how long I can last. I've been having some health challenges that have definitely been affecting my stamina, and those pay-per-views are long, so I'm going to do the best that I can. But if you see me, please say hi. But let's talk about this final match of the show. We get Finn Balor and Penta. You get Penta winning with a Mexican destroyer here. This was a strong match, and the closing stretch specifically was very hot, and that it felt like the pin was out of nowhere, which was like a little bit jarring, but I don't mind stuff like that. Like, because it was like that's how matches end sometimes. But you have Penta blocking some cheap heat early with some strikes. We get a Hurricane Rana. We get Finn Balor going to some punches and some stomps. He's so brilliant to watch wrestle. Like, even just like a Russian leg sweep, the fluidness in his execution is just incredible stuff. But Penta running face buster, leg sweeps, Insaguri super kicks, Balor hitting the eye of the hurricane and the sling blade. We get the John Woo drop kick in all of this. But the big thing here is Penta countering that coup de grace and rolling him into a cradle for two, and then it's Penta driver, Mexican destroyer, clean finish. Super fun match. This was it's kind of tough with tournaments where you're like, well, it's not going to be either of these guys that win, but it was still a fun match. So I'm glad that the in-ring can outpace the inevitability that neither of these guys like have a storied history with Cena as much as some of the other people. But I had a lot of fun watching it. The in-ring was very strong tonight, as you had mentioned earlier in the show. What did you think of the final match that we got on the show?
Man, I love Finn Balor. I think he's such a good wrestler. And again, tonight they just got to let him wrestle. Penta, I thought his pyro in the beginning was a lot tonight. I was like, okay, he's gonna win.
It was like they have an expiration date and they were trying to use some of them.
Okay, that's fair. My only complaint is that I petitioned to change the Mexican destroyer to the Mexicutioner because I think that's witty. That's good. And you can have that for free, WWE, because I know where you got it from. No, this was a
love
great
this.
match. This was a great match. I just want to put over real quick. The coup de grace miss was clean, but what did they call that? I thought that was called a made in Japan, but they called it a pump something else. That Penta did to Finn.
That Penta did to Finn to counter it? The
Yeah.
magistral cradle or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's they called it something else, but I thought that when he was wrestling in New Japan, it was called Made in Japan.
Very
Or
well
I
could
did
be.
Okay. Unless I'm bugging, I've been wrong all night, so I'm okay with
Oh, the
being
pump handle
wrong.
driver.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was. I think you're right. I wasn't into New Japan so much at the time that he was there, but I think you're right about that.
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't either. I've just been looking at a lot of clips, and that came up recently. So I was like, wait a minute. I know
Good
that.
on you. Good on you.
No, it was good. I think this is great. I'm glad that these two got to wrestle the match that they did. The whole card tonight, wrestling has just been superb. Like you said, neither one of them going to win overall. They're not even going to see Cena, but
Sure.
maybe Sheamus is out now because unfortunately he's injured. I don't know if that's worked or real. Or...
Yeah. That's just the Penta driver now. So that's
Okay.
how I've known that. But
Okay.
I did actually want to touch on that before we get out of here. We do have Sheamus not cleared, unfortunately, which by the way just sucks. Like that blows that he's not cleared for this tournament. I feel like there's such a possibility to go from Cena losing the IC title to Gunther in his final match and face Sheamus beating Gunther for it at Rumble or at Mania. I think could be such a cool story to tell. So I would love to see it. Hopefully whatever he's out with isn't too long term of an injury. Obviously, if we learn something, we'll let you know. Fightful Select has a free tier, and we put injury information for the most part like on the free tier and put it out there publicly because that just feels kind of icky to charge for. But any thoughts on who the opponent's going to be? Do you think they put Joe Hendry in that spot to take Sheamus's place against LA Knight?
There is a world where WWE get ready to zoom in the camera. They give the people what they want. You absolutely could put Joe Hendry in there when a lot of people were like, sorry.
Sure.
A lot of people were like, this could be Joe Hendry. And don't get me wrong, loved Matt Cardona. Even loved Nick Nemeth. Not gonna lie, I popped when I heard his music. I thought it was great. If you put Joe Hendry in there,
I was such a Dolph Ziggler stan. I was so happy.
I'm here to show the world.
It's
a good song.
It's
Am I lagging?
Song. And am I lagging? Who's lagging?
I don't know, but I think I'm talking over you or you're talking over me, and I'm like, sorry. Ooh.
No, I think you're good now. You were a little laggy before, but I've got you loud and clear now.
Okay.
Chad is saying like maybe Santos, which I think would be cool. First of all, I'm like the biggest Dolph Ziggler stan in the world. I was so excited when he returned. And honestly, I feel like it was one of Solo Sikoa's better matches because Dolph Ziggler bumps like a freaking maniac. That turnbuckle spot was nuts.
What if it's Randy Orton?
That some people have speculated that as well. I think it would actually be cool if it was him. I wouldn't even hate if it was Punk if they were going to tease the idea of running that back on American soil. I think that would be really cool. But I don't think you do that unless you're going to do that as Cena's retirement match. Like I feel like dangling that and taking it away would be a bad idea. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. We'll find out along with the rest of y'all when WWE tells us. WrestleVotes, who is going to be oh, there are spoilers out there since they're taping next week's show. Oh, interesting. Okay, good.
You know what? I can't read, and I'm going to sew my eyes shut. Thank you for the heads up.
There you go. That's good to know. I know WrestleVotes, who's joining us in December, said that it wasn't going to be announced tonight. They were correct about that, but that they do have someone ready to rock and roll. So we will see. But what better way to close out the show than with this chat? Hey, Kate, are you going to fight Tom Campbell? Of course I'm going to fight Tom Campbell. Okay.
Insane.
I did not know Tom Campbell was going to be there. In fact, Tom Campbell didn't know Tom Campbell was going to be there because he planned this trip for him and his, I'm assuming, much better half forever ago. I think this is a delayed honeymoon for them. But now that I know he's going to be there, we will be throwing fisticuffs. If you're an Anchorman fan, I got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary waiting right for him. He cut a promo in front of the Statue of Liberty, Cresta, which I'm gonna respond tomorrow because I'm gonna go to the gym to get a pump on. I'm gonna cut a promo.
I love the dedication. This is great. This is great. Let me ask you something before we do our tangent and then give the people what they want, which is leave. I'm kidding. Worst prediction right now. Who do you think the replacement is? Who do you think worst prediction? You'd be like, yo, this is sports entertainment, derogatory.
Ooh, to replace Sheamus?
Yeah.
God,
no spoilerinos, chat.
No yeah, please, no spoilerinos. See, I want it to be The Miz. But like, I feel like that's something that would make people roll their eyes. If it was somebody that already got eliminated, I feel like that would be like the worst thing they could do. Someone like trying to sneak in like that again. Who do you think is the worst? Who's the worst possibility to be in the tournament is a good question.
Man, I'm trying to think what would be sports entertaining, but not too controversial.
Chances Ryback.
What about Enzo? Enzo Amore?
Enzo? That would be wild. That's a wild pick. That's a wild pick.
No, that's sports entertainment.
That I would be sports entertained. That I can't deny. But well, let's close out the show. The most important thing is that 77% of the chat is on the side of right and thinks that banana bread is great. So thank you for that. Cresta, you are alone in your principles. Not really. You and Greg Cherry both can be banana bread haters. But Cresta, I watched you Resvestigate this week and I'm a better woman for it. I learned something. Okay, so please let people know where they can find your Resvestigations and you.
First and foremost, Kate, I have so much fun hosting this show with you. Being consistently wrong makes me a better person. Thank you guys for having me. For you guys, if you want to learn something you didn't know that you wanted to learn or hear with your own ears, head on over to my YouTube at Cresta Star. And I put out a new YouTube YouTube series, as it will, Resvestigations with Cresta Star. Samoa Joe, Spawn Point is our first subject. If that is too much for you, I will see you guys tomorrow with Alex. And I don't know if Sean is going to be there. If he is, yeah. I feel bad for him. Honestly, this is what he gets. It's time that me and Sean work together. I feel bad for him, honestly. But normally I'm here every Fridays and Saturdays going over Collision and Smackdown. If you need all your Cresta Star, at Cresta Star on all forms of social media. And you can find me on X at Cresta the Star. Your butt looks nice, and I hope you find $20 on the floor. Kate, where can the people find you?
Thank you. You can find my nice looking butt searching for money on the floor. But Sean is going to be on the main. You're going to be behind the paywall. But Sean oftentimes hops back behind the paywall to either tell you guys news. Sometimes that happens. Or to complain about something while he's waiting for the audio to download. So there's that. But I'll be at the show at Full Gear. You can catch me at Ms. Kate Fabe on social media. I will be back to my regular podcasting schedule, I think by mid-December, meaning I'll be on Smackdown Mondays again and back at the Mark Order on Wednesdays. So as long as everything keeps going in the right direction, that's where I will be. But Ms. Kate Fabe on social media. Looking forward to Full Gear tomorrow. Have a safe and wonderful wrestling weekend. We'll see you next week.